was starting to build their nuclear weapons through the President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, and they opened up their uranium enrichment in Bosher and Spain. We are here now. All of that foretold by Ezekiel, but I am telling you the reality of that. Ezekiel chapter 38, talking about Russia's. I read Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 3 till 7. I say, this is what Yahweh Lord say, I'm against you, Gog, chief of prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn you around and put hooks in your jaws and bring you out of your whole army, your horses, your horsemen full armed, great horde with large and small seals, where Gog is being led by God to invade Israel. This is what is the story, that this is the countries that go along with them. Persia is surprising to see that Ethiopia was able not to send satellite by themselves and see and put with them, and also the Libyan president was being killed by the French army, and they killed him, and Syrian, and also Gomer with all its troops, the Beth, the gun from the north with all its troops, all the Asian countries from the north with all its troops, and many nations with you. This means that all of, and Libya, those are countries in Africa. So, as we see that most of those countries are Muslim countries, and including Tagarm and Gomer, it's not surprising that Asian countries are, whether they're Muslim or they're Buddhist. And verse 7, get ready, be prepared, you and all your hordes gather about you, and take command of them. Russia is the one leading all of those countries. That's why Iran is not being feared any longer. Iran cannot defeat the US. That's not possible. But why Iran dares to defy the US? It is according to what God has said. It is right that the Americans behave that way based on what they think, because they consider some of the countries in the Middle East as axis of evil, like Turkey, Iran, Iraq. The British and the US consider those as axis of evil. That's why they killed Saddam Hussein, and including this Iranian general. And Iran and Russia were not happy with the fact that the Americans did bad. Be careful with this Russia, because he has the highest powerful weapons. This is what God will do to Russia to fulfill what God's commands. And Russia is the one who lead all of those countries by ordering those countries, but he's the one who is the most powerful one. As we see the last news that Russia provided missiles, SEAL defense to Iran, that Iran says that none of the American weapons will not defy this, but it's really an amazing weapons, because it goes like 303,000 kilometers per hour. That is really fast. So it's not possible that the US weapons will be able to defy that, because there is no defense shield will block that, because Russian are making weapons called father bomb, and the Americans also made one and called mother bomb. The Americans, the one who built, called mother of bomb, and the Americans are proud to be manufacturing that weapons. But later on, after that, the Russian is also producing, called FOB, the father of all bombs. You see? The father of all bombs. That means that fight has always been going on between the Russian and the US. As now, once the American killed the Iran general, so human beings are really sad to see that, because this killing is not really, it's not good. It's not good. But that's the way it goes. But in where I stand, I don't agree that such a killing. I deny that. But what is going on, we cannot avoid, and this is what we see. Where is the power of the US as the plan of those United countries will have a meeting, and the meeting will be in Russia. The next United Nations will be moved into Russia, but not in the US any longer, because Russia is going to be the leader of all those. And where are they going? They are going to go into Israel. Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 8 and 9. This is what is called that there is called an arms in the future years you will invade a land that has recovered from war, whose people were gathered from the many nations to the mountain of Israel, which had been desolated. They had been brought out from the nation, and now all of them live in safety. You and your troops and many nations with you, and God advancing like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land. This is what Sovereign Yahweh said, that going to go to Israel. Who is the one who have a conflict with Israel? It's Iran. Iran have mentioned that they are going to destroy Israel completely out of the map, because God have said that you, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, have said that you're not going to be re-elected any longer, and he has only ran for the first mandate, but not the second one, because God's words must be fulfilled. The Iranians are being respected, and from the kingdom of Yahushua said that you are not re-elected second time any longer. Similar as the third temple, I am not holding on the building of the third temple any longer, because the reason is I have been to China. God have said this is a sign to you that once I have been in China, I'm surprised that this is really quick, because that's what God said when I started to preach this sign to you, that but the unbelief is what is given to this. This is what is this? The Yahushua go overseas and to China. Did you hear that, Evangelist Laline? I heard it that once the ambassador of Joshua will go abroad, he is going to go to Chinese company. I was able to go overseas, but I didn't go. And I'm amazed why I didn't go overseas. 3,800 are rare, but you see. So what has happened now? The Arabs is invading to Israel. Why? This is the reason that when the Jew came back into their own land, it resulted in the word conflict. And I'm amazed why you verse 2 and Jerusalem will be a cup that day when all the nations of the earth are gathered against her. I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all the nations. Once the Jew came back into their own land, resulted in problems. U.S. general for not destroying Israel because they are considered as axis of evil, and Israel destabilizing by those Arab countries, and it is the Iranian who is the one who first the powers do that, and the Americans are worried about Israel.